Two tools. Two tools. Two tools. No clue!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Two Tools No Clue podcast. I'm Anna,
And I'm Jaden.
and on today's mini-sode, we're going to be talking about rabbit scandals. So I didn't realize when we recorded last week's rabbit episode that it's going to come out the Thursday after Easter.
Ooh,
So
how
that was
fitting.
perfect without even trying.
Yeah, nice job.
And if you got a rabbit for Easter, I sincerely hope that you keep it and give it a loving, warm, happy home until the day it dies.
Do people do that? Are people horrible like that?
Oh, you're going to find out.
Oh, no.
So what comes to mind when I say rabbit scandals?
Like fur coats or something like that.
Okay, you're not too far off. I have two stories for us
no.
today.
Okay.
One's sad and depressing, and the other one is short and funny. To
Okay,
lift
I
our
suppose I'm
spirits
ready
back
for
up. What'd you say?
I said, I guess I'm ready for both.
Buckle up. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So our first scandal is called the Peacebunny Foundation scandal. Caleb Smith was 8 years old when he adopted his first pet rabbit. Unfortunately, the rabbit died not even a year later. So Caleb went online looking for a replacement, and he was shocked and saddened when he found hundreds of available rabbits abandoned after Easter. Looking at you guys. Hope you didn't get any rabbits for Easter. Don't be abandoning them.
I'm making Caleb cry more. He already lost his rabbit.
Yeah. He said, quote, "It really bothered me that people couldn't commit to a rabbit's 10-year lifespan, so I took as many as I could. When Caleb's house couldn't hold any more rabbits, a local family farm offered him space in their barn. Around the time Caleb was 11, he decided he didn't just want his rabbits to live happy lives. He wanted them to be able to help people too. He had a dream of training his rabbits to comfort people and even be emotional support animals."
Caleb,
Yeah,
you're such a sweetheart.
It started out so wholesome,
What did
as
the world do to you?
most things do. So when he was 14, he came across a 22-acre island on the Mississippi River, and somehow he talked the owners into letting him camp there with his rabbits for a couple months.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I would
"Can just leave
never.
my rabbits here?"
First, how do you figure out who the owners are of this random ass island?
Yeah.
And then how do you have the balls to just approach them and be like, "Can I camp here with my rabbits?"
Kids don't have rejection
I
yet.
had rejection at 14.
A lot of boys
That is true.
don't understand that yet.
His goal was to use the predator-free island as his space to train them to become comfort animals, and he wanted to see how they liked roaming around. So somehow, not only does he talk these owners into letting him camp there with his rabbits, he finds an investor to buy the owners out. He named it Peacebunny Island.
Okay.
So his initial project, the Peacebunny Foundation, which began in 2017, began to sell merch, host educational activities, and request donations for the rabbit's care. Caleb also published a memoir in 2021 called, get ready, it's a long one, Peacebunny Island: The Extraordinary Journey of a Boy and His Comfort Rabbits and How They're Teaching Us About Hope and Kindness. And 100% of the profits went straight towards his plans for the foundation.
Okay.
So while at the island, Peacebunny Foundation relied on the help of foster families to keep all of their rabbits housed. And I watched like a little video about it, and this family comes up and he gives them, he's talking to them, and he's like, "I'll see you in 2 months." So it sounds like he would loan them out for a couple months at a time in order to have them all housed.
Okay.
Because it was getting out of hand already.
Yeah. As bunnies do.
Yes. So in May of 2017, the foundation moved all of their bunnies off the island to a 6-acre farm outside of Minneapolis, which they rented from a family called the Williams. The farm was a retired dairy farm, complete with a large main barn, outbuildings, and pasture land where they could keep their rabbits full-time. So it's the perfect spot for them. Whole ass barn
Yeah.
for all of these rabbits. And so they didn't have to foster them out anymore. They could
Yeah.
keep them all there. The Williams weren't sure what to do with their property moving forward, so the Smiths jumped at the opportunity. They named this place Peacebunny Cottage,
Ooh.
and they continued to use Peacebunny Island to train the rabbits. So over the years, the story of the Peacebunny Foundation has been featured in national press outlets such as People, Washington Post, and NBC's Today Show. Although many wrote glowing reviews without actually visiting the
Oh
establishments.
gosh, that's how they get you.
Do you want to hear something shocking?
Yes. I don't know if I do, but you're gonna tell me anyway, so just
One
tell
of
me.
the Fox News outlets, like Fox 9 or whatever,
Uh-huh.
refused to do a story on them because they weren't allowed to see inside the establishment. Isn't that crazy? Fox,
Peacebunny Island, what you doing?
Fox of all news outlets was like, you
Yeah.
know what?
Like,
This
we're
is
here to
sketchy.
report the news.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, Fox News.
So
So
here we go. On July 27th, 2022, police received a call from a property owner who notified them about a case of animal neglect happening in a barn they leased to Peacebunny Foundation president Stephanie Hope Smith, who was out of town at the time.
Oh no.
And so Caleb, he's a child.
Yeah.
Stephanie Hope Smith is the culprit.
Is the adult.
Is the adult in this
Yeah.
situation who let it get to this point.
Yeah.
She's the issue.
Yeah.
So
She's the adult trying to get money out of this.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like Caleb just wanted to help people.
Just-
I feel like his mom kind of
He just
I don't know that.
money.
I'm talking out of my ass right now.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming. And she's also the one who took the legal
Action.
against her.
Oh, okay.
So the next day, police got a warrant and launched their investigation. They found upwards of 300 rabbits living in terrible conditions, with one officer saying, quote, the smell of death, feces, and urine was overwhelming. BringMeTheNews.com said that feces was, quote, piled so high that the animals were tunneling through it. They're rabbits. Like, what do you expect? That wasn't in the quote, by the way. And, quote, according to the criminal complaint, 47 rabbits were found dead inside the barn and several hundred others were running loose, end quote. These rabbits aren't fixed either, so there's producing
Yeah.
more rabbits.
That's so sad.
Most of the cages lacked food and water, and many rabbits were injured. 2 rabbits were apparently euthanized on the scene due to irremediable suffering. It was an adult and a baby. The local Humane Society obtained anywhere from 100 to 200 rabbits from the property and got to work on the monumental task of finding them all homes. Stephanie Hope Smith was charged with 2 felony counts of animal cruelty and torture, as well as 3 misdemeanors for the mistreatment of animals. If convicted on all charges, she was facing 4 years in jail and $13,000 in fines, which is like not nearly enough in my
Rot in
mind.
jail for like 5 times more of that. Like,
Exactly.
how dare you do that to a living thing and then like times it by 300,
Right.
and then also take advantage of a small child's passion for animals.
Exactly. Just so sad.
Disgusting.
Do you want to guess what she got?
Nothing. A stupid fine.
Okay, so it's a little more than that. It's a little bit better than that. She was slapped with 1 misdemeanor charge. She was sentenced to 1 year of supervised probation. In Defense of Animals said, quote, she must remain law-abiding, not commit similar crimes, follow instructions of probation, and may not possess, own, or care for any animals. She must also complete 80 hours of community service and pay $188 in fines.
Disgusting.
Not enough. Sorry. End quote.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Not enough. Not nearly enough.
Stephanie allegedly wrote a blog post stating that Peacebunny Foundation was ceasing all programs, pledged not to obtain new rabbits, and not to use foundation money on her legal defense. But I didn't see that post, and it was taken down from the Peacebunny's website. Maybe it's still out there. I'm not that good of a sleuth. I didn't see it.
Peacebunny's like, screw you.
Yeah. The Peacebunny Foundation's website and social media have been inactive since the scandal, and the foundation is no longer listed as a functioning nonprofit. And it was really sad because I should have wrote this in here, but Caleb had a quote where, just to summarize it, he was like, I'm sorry that this final chapter had to end like this, basically. Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's sad.
obviously, I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
On the other hand.
Yeah, where are you at?
Okay, on to the funny one.
Ugh,
So,
thank God.
this scandal is called the Killer Swamp Rabbit. Dun, dun, dun.
This doesn't sound funny. This sounds terrifying.
So I'm going to give you a brief history of the swamp rabbit.
Okay.
Discovered in 1834, swamp rabbits, or Sylvilagus aquaticus, are a species of cottontail rabbit that are native to swamps and wetlands in the southern United States, with them being most abundant in Louisiana, Missouri, and Alabama. Alabama. I cannot speak right now. Other names for them include swampers, cane cutters, or cane jacks. They're very southern names.
Those are very southern names.
Although they don't technically live in the water, they will run into it and swim away when threatened. They are known to be herbivores, nocturnal, and are also known to be territorial. Due to their territorial behavior, swamp rabbits actually have a social order with higher and lower ranking males and females. Kind of like a pecking order in chickens. Yeah.
Wow.
So this next bit I'm about to tell you is entirely from good old Wikipedia.
I'm here for it.
On April 20th, 1974, 420 blaze it, President Jimmy Carter was taking a small getaway from his presidential duties on his farm in Plains, Georgia. He was fishing alone in a john boat on a pond on his property, just enjoying the day, minding his own business, when suddenly a swamp rabbit runs into the water and starts swimming straight for him.
Oh my God.
He said
scared.
He said it was hissing at him with its nostrils flaring and its teeth bared.
What?
Terrified, he did what anyone would do. What would you do?
Row away. I don't know what I would do.
Well, he took his paddle and he splashed water at it.
Okay, I would probably do that too, but I think I would try to row away.
It swam away from him with no further incident, and President Carter, shaken but uninjured, continued to fish.
Sounds like some kangaroo behavior.
Kangaroo behavior?
Kangaroos are really territorial and like really aggressive.
Oh. A White House photographer was actually able to capture the image of the debacle. And Jay is going to do his editing magic and post it here.
Yep. Here he is.
Here he is. If he did it, here he is.
Here he is. Hopefully.
But to describe it for our listeners, it's like a picture through trees of Jimmy Carter facing away from the camera, sitting in his longboat. And there, if you look to the right of the picture, there's a teeny tiny rabbit you can see swimming away from him. And I think you can see him splashing water at it. There's like a little splash in the water next to him.
That's too funny.
So soon after returning to the White House, President Carter was telling his staff, including his press secretary, Jody Powell, about his harrowing encounter. His staff weren't really buying that a cute little rabbit would swim into the water just to attack him, so he whipped out the photo that the White House photographer had taken. They were still skeptical that this rabbit was trying to attack him, so he had the image zoomed in, and apparently that convinced him. To give them credit, it does look like a very menacing rabbit. It kind of has, the zoomed in picture kind of has like red eyes.
Oh my gosh.
It just looks scared.
He used all the White House resources to get that zoomed in.
Honestly, back in the day, how do you even do that? A couple months later, Powell was chatting with Associated Press House correspondent Brooks Jackson, quote, over tea. Carter said it was actually, quote, in a bar after a lot of drinking had gone on, end quote. But that's neither here nor there.
It's too funny.
She mentioned the bizarre story to him. The story had an embargo on it. Do you know what that is? It's a request or requirement from the source to not publish information until a certain date or conditions have been met.
Interesting.
But newspapers were actually able to get the embargo lifted because radio stations had already picked up the story. And on August 30th, 1979, the story was splashed across the front page of the Washington Post.
This rabbit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What?
Not even the picture, just the story.
Must have been a slow day.
The article was titled, "Bunny Goes Bugs, Rabbit Attacks President." Complete with an
What?
illustrated parody of the famous Jaws movie poster and the caption, "Pause."
It's actually pretty funny. It was a slow day.
Right? Must have been. New York Times got in on the action with an article titled, "A Tale of Carter and the Killer Rabbit." Coverage on the story continued for more than a week.
Oh my God.
Slow week. Although maybe not a slow week, because the Carter administration refused to release the picture, with Deputy Press Secretary Rex Granum saying, quote, "We're afraid if we release the photo, the rabbit controversy over the next 2 weeks will receive more ink than the SALT Treaty." The SALT Treaty is the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, which were 2 conferences
Wow.
between the U.S. and the Soviet Union about missiles.
And all the media wanted was that picture of the rabbit. That is too funny.
Not a slow week.
Like, we the people want the bunny.
Screw the missiles.
Yeah, screw the missiles. We want Peace Island.
Yeah. Because the original photo was being kept hidden, news cartoonists took matters into their own hands and drew illustrations exaggerating the story.
Oh, I love that.
The last thing I'll say about this is, if Jay can do his editing magic, we'll have the picture, one of the pictures of the cartoons here for our YouTube listeners.
Ding!
So the last thing I'll say about this, The Onion posted an article to commemorate Jimmy Carter after his death on December 9th, 2024, titled, "48-Year-Old Rabbit Finally Finishes the Job." Hey everyone, Future Anna here. So in editing, I realized that I goofed a little bit, and I just want to make amends. Jimmy Carter died December 29th, not the 9th. Okay, bye. And that is the rabbit scandal.
That is a scandal, indeed.
All right, so my Farmer's Almanac. Today, if I did it correctly, should be April 16th.
Hello, April 16th.
We're getting the hang of this.
Yep.
I figured out some stuff.
Yep.
We're getting better at it. So today we have a proverb, "Better spared than ill spent." I don't know what that means, but it sounds good.
That sounds like some mom advice from like back in the day.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Better spared than
Better
ill spent.
spared than ill spent.
And there is a conjunction of Mercury and Neptune, as well as a conjunction of the Moon and Saturn. And today is the best day to end projects, wash windows, destroy pets and weeds, and cut hay. So get out there.
Cut your hay.
And cut your hay.
Clean your windows.
Clean your windows. Get rid of your pests.
At first, I thought you said pets, and I was like, that's rude.
When I first read it, I thought
April
it said pets.
16th.
I was like, oh my.
We're skipping that day.
So you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Two Tools No Clue Podcast. You can find us on TikTok at Two Tools No Clue. You can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Two Tools No Clue. And you can email us with your topic ideas, your questions, your comments, your critiques,
Your stories.
especially at Two Tools No Clue Podcast at gmail.com.
Heck yeah, do it.
Do
Can't
it up.
wait to hear from you. And as always, thank you so much for listening. Until next week, friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Two tools. Two tools. Two tools. No!